All right, everyone, get ready because we're going to do a deep dive into something that can be pretty scary.
Yeah,
An interview for an accounts assistant position.
it's a big one.
Yeah, but don't worry, we got you.
Right.
We're looking at this Indeed.com article.
Uh-huh.
It's called 35 Accounts Assistant Interview Questions with Sample Answers.
Nice.
And we found some really great stuff in here.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in here that goes beyond just the usual questions.
Right, like how to give the kind of answers.
Exactly.
That'll help you really stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Not just get any job,
Right.
but get the right job.
Absolutely.
So let's get started with like those first few questions.
Okay.
The ones that are about you and your personality
Yeah.
and how you'd fit in with their company culture.
Right. Why this position?
Yeah, right.
What kind of work environment makes you most productive?
Right, exactly.
That sort of thing.
Those seem pretty straightforward.
They do, but they're also a good chance to show what makes you different from other candidates. A lot of entry-level people are just going to focus on their technical skills.
Okay,
But you can weave in your passion for accounting.
good.
Maybe mention something interesting happening in the industry.
Right.
That shows you're really engaged.
Yeah, you don't want to sound like you're just reading from a textbook.
No, you're a human
Right.
with interests.
Exactly.
So when they ask about your ideal work environment, think about what really helps you thrive.
Okay.
Do you like collaborating, bouncing ideas off others?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you better when you can focus independently?
Right.
Knowing your strengths there is really key.
This Indeed article also asks about your least favorite aspect of being an accounts assistant.
Oh, yeah.
Is that kind of a trap?
It can feel like one.
Yeah. Are they trying to trick you into saying something bad?
Maybe. But the best way to answer it is honestly.
Okay.
You could admit that some tasks aren't that fun.
Like data entry.
Yeah, maybe data entry isn't your favorite, but then you flip it and talk about how you contribute positively. You could say, while data entry isn't the most exciting part, I'm incredibly efficient and accurate when doing it.
Right.
In my last role, I was praised for my speed and attention to detail, which helped our team meet deadlines.
Oh, that's a great way to spin it.
Yeah, you turn negative into a positive.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
So we've got those first few questions down.
right.
What's next?
Next, they'll probably dig into your experience and your background. They might ask about the accounting software,
Mm-hmm.
your ability to handle tough assignments,
Right.
any accomplishments you're really proud of.
I like this part.
Yeah, this is your time to shine.
Okay, there's a question here that I found interesting.
Okay, what is it?
Have you ever used graphs or charts to make a point?
Interesting.
Is that a common question for an accounts assistant?
It might seem surprising,
Yeah.
but being able to visualize data is becoming really important in accounting.
So it's not just about the numbers.
Yeah.
You have to communicate insights.
That's right. You're telling a story with the number.
And making it make sense.
Yes, even to people who aren't accountants.
Okay, so when you answer these questions about your experience,
Uh-huh.
remember the STAR method.
Right, situation, task, action, result.
Okay, STAR method, got it.
It's a framework that helps you structure your answers so they really make an impact.
Okay, looking at these in-depth questions,
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel a little panicked for our listener.
Wow.
They're asking about audit responses,
Oh, yeah?
the accounting equation,
Mm-hmm.
even the difference between inactive and dormant accounts.
Right.
I don't even know what some of those mean.
Don't worry. Those terms can sound scary.
Yeah.
But they're just testing your understanding of basic accounting principles.
Okay. Could you break one of those down for me?
Sure.
Maybe the accounting equation?
Okay, yeah.
That one sounds terrifying.
It's actually a pretty basic concept.
Okay.
It describes the relationship between a company's assets, liabilities, and equity.
Okay.
You can write it out as an equation. Assets equals liabilities plus equity. This equation is the basis of the balance sheet, which shows you how healthy a company is financially.
Okay, that wasn't so bad. You explained it so even I could understand.
The key is to understand the concepts,
Right.
not just memorize definitions.
Right, and the Indeed article has some great explanations and examples.
It does.
Okay, now, for the part I've been waiting for,
What's that?
the sample answers.
Yes.
This is where it gets good.
This is where you can see it all come together.
Right, seeing a good answer can be really helpful.
It's like getting a sneak peek behind the curtain.
Exactly.
You get to see what works.
Okay, let's look at this one. Describe a time when you successfully multitasked.
Okay, good one.
The sample answer talks about juggling a bunch of financial documents when the deadline was really tight. Why is this answer so good?
Well, first, it describes a specific relatable situation.
Okay.
Then, it clearly explains what the candidate had to do.
Right.
It highlights their analytical skills and their time management.
Mm.
But what really makes it stand out is that it shows the candidate is proactive.
Okay.
They prioritize the most important documents
Yeah.
and communicated clearly with their manager. It shows
Oh.
they take initiative and have good communication skills.
So you're not just saying you're good at multitasking.
No.
You're showing it with a real example.
Exactly.
And you're showing that you can stay calm
Yes.
even when things are crazy busy.
Very important for any accounting role.
For sure.
Right.
We've looked at one sample answer.
Yep.
Want to look at another one?
You know what?
Okay.
I think we've got a good foundation for now.
All right.
Instead of going through every answer,
Okay.
let's talk about something else that's really important.
That's it.
Researching the company before you go to the interview.
Research?
Uh-huh. You can't just walk in there without knowing anything about them.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Right.
Imagine they ask you, what do you know about our company?
Sure.
And you're like,
Not a good look.
I'm having flashbacks to a really bad interview I had once.
Oh, no.
I didn't know anything about the company.
Oof.
It did not go well.
I bet.
So research is key.
Yes, if you can talk about their recent financial performance, their products and services,
Mm-hmm.
maybe mention a news article you read.
Yeah.
It shows you're really interested.
Right. It shows you went the extra mile,
He does.
like showing up to a party.
Yeah.
And you've actually read the host's book collection.
Exactly.
You're instantly a more interesting guest.
You are.
So how much research do I need to do?
Oh, well.
Should I memorize their annual report?
No, you don't have to go that far.
Okay.
But you should know about their main business,
Uh-huh.
their values,
Yeah.
and their current projects.
Okay.
You can check their website, look at their social media,
Mm-hmm.
maybe search for news articles about them.
So since I'm applying for an accounts assistant position,
Yes.
I should pay attention to their financial statements.
Good idea.
Maybe look for press releases about investments or acquisitions.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You want to tailor your research to the job you're applying for.
Right.
Here's a pro tip.
Okay.
Look for common themes or values that you personally connect with.
Oh.
Maybe they care about sustainability
Wow.
or community engagement
Okay.
or employee development.
I see.
You can use that to connect with the interviewer
Uh-huh.
on a personal level.
So I can work that into my answers.
Exactly.
It shows I'm not just looking for any job.
Right.
I'm interested in this specific company.
Yes. And what they stand for.
I see how it all fits together now.
It does.
The initial questions,
Yeah.
showing your experience, and doing your research.
It's all about building a strong foundation for a successful interview.
But all this talk about technical questions still has me feeling a little nervous.
I get it.
It's one thing to understand the concepts,
Right.
but it's another to answer questions on the spot.
Yeah, with all that pressure.
What if my mind goes blank?
Oh, yeah.
Or I mess up what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you convince them that you're confident and you know your stuff?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it leads us perfectly into the next part of our team dive.
Okay.
When we come back,
All right.
we'll tackle those technical questions head on.
Yes.
We'll talk about how to approach them strategically,
Okay.
how to explain what you know clearly,
Uh-huh.
and how to show that you can handle the pressure.
I'm already feeling less stressed.
Good.
Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back with more insider tips to help you rock that accounts assistant interview.
Can't wait.
We're back and ready to tackle the part that probably makes you a little nervous.
Oh, yeah.
The technical questions.
Yeah.
The ones that can make or break an interview.
It's true. But remember, these questions aren't just about showing off what you know.
Okay.
They're also a chance for you to show how you think, how you solve problems, how you handle pressure.
So it's not enough to just memorize definitions and formulas.
No, not really.
I need to show that I can actually use that knowledge.
Exactly. Think of it like this. You're not just an accountant.
Okay.
You're a financial detective.
Ooh, I like that.
So let's say they ask you about how you'd handle a discrepancy during an audit.
Okay.
You'd want to explain your approach in a way that shows you can stay calm,
Uh-huh.
that you gather all the information,
Right.
and then you work with others to find a solution.
So it's about those soft skills, too.
Yes.
Teamwork, communication, problem solving.
Exactly. All alongside your technical accounting knowledge.
Okay, and this applies to other technical questions, too.
It does.
Like those terms we talked about before,
Which ones?
ABAP memory and SAP memory.
Oh, yeah. Those are tricky.
Yeah, they kind of made my head spin.
Instead of getting lost in the technical jargon, try explaining the main difference in a simple way.
Okay,
That's relevant to the job.
so how would I do that?
You could say something like, ABAP memory is specific to one user's session, while SAP memory is shared across multiple sessions.
Mhm.
So if I'm working on a complex report with multiple users, I need to be careful about how data is stored and accessed in SAP memory.
Ah. So you're not just defining the terms.
No.
You're explaining why an accounts assistant should care about the difference.
Yes, exactly.
And the same goes for those questions about inactive and dormant accounts.
Right.
Or what a bank reconciliation document is.
Focus on the key points and make it easy to understand.
You know, as we're talking about these technical questions,
Yeah.
they're starting to seem less scary.
Really?
Yeah, and more interesting.
That's the power of knowledge.
Right. When you
Yeah.
understand something, it's not intimidating anymore.
Exactly.
But what about those questions that seem way too advanced for an entry-level role?
Like what?
Like I saw one in the article that asks, how would you improve our company's capital flow?
Oh, yeah.
That seems like a lot to expect from someone just starting out.
It might seem that way,
Yeah.
but this kind of question is actually a great opportunity. It's your chance to show them you're not just thinking about the day-to-day tasks.
Okay.
You're thinking about the bigger financial picture.
So what kind of answer are they looking for?
Well, you don't need to give them a whole financial strategy,
Okay, good.
but you could talk about some general principles of cash flow management.
Like what?
Maybe mention optimizing accounts receivable,
Mm-hmm.
negotiating good payment terms with vendors,
Okay.
or exploring short-term financing options.
So I'm showing that I understand what affects a company's financial health.
Yes.
And that I'm willing to think about solutions.
Exactly. And even if you don't have all the answers,
Right.
showing that you're eager to learn and contribute goes a long way.
Phew.
Right.
I was worried they'd expect me to come up with some crazy financial plan right there.
No. No, they just want to see your potential,
Okay.
your willingness to learn, and your ability to think strategically.
This is all great advice.
I hope so.
I think our listeners getting a real advantage.
Me too.
So we've talked about those initial questions.
Yeah. Tackling the technical questions
Mm-hmm.
and even doing your research.
Right.
What else is there?
Well, there's one more thing that can really make a difference.
Okay. What's that?
It's not so much about what you say,
Uh-huh.
but how you say it.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
It's all about enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm.
Yes, genuine enthusiasm.
Okay.
It's contagious,
I guess so.
and it can really make a good impression.
So if I'm really excited about the opportunity,
Yes.
it'll make me more memorable.
Exactly. It makes you more likable, too.
So it's not just about being competent.
No.
It's about showing your personality.
Yes, and your passion.
Because employers are looking for someone who's a good fit for the team.
That's right. They want someone who will be positive and engaged.
It's not just about answering the questions, right?
No.
It's about showing who you are.
Exactly. And how much you care about accounting.
I love that.
Yeah.
But even if you don't know the answer to every technical question perfectly.
A good attitude and a willingness to learn can go a long way.
Absolutely.
This has been such a confidence boost.
Good. I'm glad.
But before we move on,
Yeah.
what about those tricky questions like, tell me about yourself, or what are your weaknesses?
Oh, yeah. Those are classic.
Yeah, they always trip me up.
Those require a slightly different approach.
Okay.
When we come back for the last part of our deep dive,
Great.
we'll tackle those personality-based questions
Okay.
and give you the tools to answer them confidently and authentically.
Can't wait. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back soon with more interview wisdom to help you land that dream accounts assistant role. We're back for the final part of our accounts assistant interview deep dive.
It's the home stretch.
We've covered so much already.
We have.
Like how to nail those first few questions,
Yeah.
how to tackle the technical stuff, even how to research the company like a detective.
Right.
But now, let's talk about those last few moments of the interview.
Okay.
The closing remark.
The grand finale.
Yeah, the part that can really make a lasting impression.
It's true. Those last few moments are crucial.
They are.
You want to end strong.
Okay.
Leave the interviewer feeling like they've really gotten to know you.
So how do I do that?
One of the best ways is by asking good questions.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
It's like I'm interviewing them a little bit.
exactly. It shows you're engaged and curious.
Right, not just waiting for them to decide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the key is to ask questions that are thoughtful and go beyond the surface.
Okay.
Don't ask anything. They could just Google.
Right.
Ask questions that show you understand the company,
Okay.
that you've done your research, and that you really want to contribute to their success.
So instead of asking, what's the company culture like?
Yeah, which is pretty generic.
Right. I could ask something more specific.
Like what?
Like, I read about your company's recent initiative to implement sustainable practices. I'm really interested in sustainability, so I'm curious to know how that initiative has impacted the accounting department.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Shows you've done your homework and you're thinking critically.
It lets the interviewer share their thoughts too.
Exactly, and maybe it'll spark a deeper conversation.
What other kinds of questions would impress them?
You could ask about professional development opportunities
Okay.
or mentorship programs within the company. You could ask about the team's biggest challenges
Right.
and how you as an accounts assistant could help find solutions.
It's all about showing that I want to grow and learn and make a difference.
Exactly. You're not just there for the paycheck.
Right.
You're looking for a place where you can thrive.
And asking these questions helps me figure out
Yeah.
if this company is a good fit for me.
It is a win-win.
But what if I've been so focused on their questions that when they ask me if I have any questions,
Yeah,
my mind goes blank?
it happens.
What should I do?
It's totally fine to say that all your questions have been answered,
Oh, okay.
especially if you've had a good conversation.
Right.
Just make sure to thank them for their time. Okay.
And say again how excited you are about the job.
So I could say something like, thank you so much for sharing your insights and taking the time to talk with me today. I'm even more excited about this opportunity after learning more about your company and the team.
Perfect.
Okay.
Just remember to keep that positive energy going,
Right.
even in those last few moments.
A warm smile and a firm handshake,
Yes, those can go a long way.
like the cherry on top.
Exactly.
So we've talked about the questions,
We have.
the answers, the research, even the closing remarks.
Yeah, I think we've covered it all.
Is there anything else you'd tell our listener before they go into that interview?
You know, beyond all the tips and strategies,
Uh-huh.
the most important thing is to believe in yourself.
Oh, that's good.
You've done the work, you've prepared, and you have the skills to succeed.
Remember, you're not just interviewing for a job.
Right.
You're showcasing your talents
Yeah.
and exploring possibilities for your future.
Exactly. So go in there with confidence, let your personality shine through, and trust that you'll make a good impression.
I love that.
And even if this specific opportunity doesn't work out,
Yeah.
every interview is a learning experience.
Right. It makes you stronger for the next one.
That's right.
This deep dive has been awesome.
It has.
So many insights and so much inspiration.
I agree.
I feel like we've given our listener everything they need to not just ace that interview,
Yeah.
but to approach their whole career with confidence and purpose.
I think so too. And remember, the journey doesn't end with the interview.
It doesn't.
Keep learning, keep developing your skills, and never lose your passion for accounting.
That's great advice for any career, really.
It is.
All right, we're going to wrap up this deep dive.
Sounds good.
To our listener, best of luck with your interview. We know you got this. And to everyone else,
Yes.
keep learning, keep exploring, and keep diving deep into the world of knowledge.
See you next time.